Sure. Freeze.
So how was it?
Good. You know, practice 5. I think we're there's a lot of carryover from spring that with our older guys I'm very happy with. I think that you know I see a tremendous amount of effort. Their attitude's been great, and I really believe that you know our theme being "Take a Stand." If they understand what comes out of this 20-day camp or 23 days of camp before we get into game week, if they really understand that will have a direct impact on how you compete when the time comes, hopefully we'll embrace every day, make the most of our time, and stay healthy. That's something that we can't afford to have a lot of injuries at certain places, but really pleased to this point.
How much hitting did y'all do today?
We hadn't taken to the ground any. You know, and I don't know what other coaches' experience is, but the hitting is not really what causes the injuries as much as it is the falling and the when collisions are happening in the interior of the line in that front 7 and people are falling on people that are unaware. That's what happened to Herbert. You know, didn't even have pads on, but if a lineman loses his balance and he's trying to recover on getting beat by a defensive line movement, you know, those are when those dangerous things happen. And then usually just in the planning and cutting, you know, that's when they mostly happen, and I have so little control over that. But we still are not going to take to the ground an awful lot, but we're being physical at the point of attack.
Since Herbert, has everyone been healthy?
I think so. I mean, you got Taz Ettering's got a turf toe that slowed him down some. Liggins has got a little hamstring that may cause him to not get every period. And Aaron Morris hadn't been turned totally loose yet, but he's looked good in the periods that he has. I think that's it. We had Vanderberg went down today. I hadn't heard on what that was. That was just in an endo drill.
How does Liggins catch the ball compared to when he first started?
He's got wonderful hands. Mm-hmm. He's very confident right now in catching the ball. So, been real pleased with him.
Any newcomers caught your eye?
Dylan did today. Dylan Barrett. We need another tight end or two. He and Taz and Hunter and Ty are all kind of battling for that. Thought he had a good day, and we've had 2 really good days from String, which is really pleasing.
On Aaron, it looks like physically he just looks a lot better. It's like he just.
I want one of you guys to post a before and after picture. I really do, because he looks like a different guy out there, and hopefully structurally everything's great, and he can have a great senior year.
What is your plan for Justin Bell in camp? Looks like he was with Centers.
He's working. One day he works guard, next day he works center. So we're just going back and forth. With him there, Conyers is working center and tackle. Those are kind of 2 swing guys that we look at that could do a little bit of both for us. So we got a swing guard center and a swing center tackle.
Is there a lot of competition there at center, with Ben and Robert and Justin?
Yeah. I think the competition's great, but in that old line, we'll play them all. You're going to have them all before it's over.
Is that an indication that Rod Taylor's come on?
Oh, Rod's one of our better linemen. You know, as long as he understands what he's doing physically, he's gifted and very talented, and he's running with the ones right now. And in most days, we kind of just rotate it. Whoever had the better day, you know, the depth chart is etched in sand for those old linemen, and we just kind of rotate based on who had the better day or whose day it is to play center or tackle or guard. We want them to learn it all.
Has Rod advanced the mental part a good bit?
He seems to have a decent grasp on it right now. Not making many mental mistakes.
What have been your impressions of Javon
Patterson?
Yeah.
Love him. Just think he's going to be a really good football player, and he's still learning. You know, he's only had 15 days. He didn't have a whole season to see all the stuff that defenses can throw at you. So, but he's super talented, wonderful teammate, wonderful kid to coach. He's a guy you should just love being around.
You talked about Stringfellow's inconsistency some in the spring.
Not just his.
Yeah.
I thought the whole group was that way.
When he is consistent, what does he give your offense?
And I think he's a big, strong, very, very difficult matchup in one-on-one, very similar to Laquan. And that if you want to get him in a one-on-one, the throw does not have to be perfect, and he doesn't have to be wide open. He's just so big and physical that he can still make the catch, and he made 3 or 4 of those yesterday and today that were very impressive.
Did y'all have to have some conversations with him after spring about consistency, individual? I know you've talked about the group, but in talking with him at media day, he seemed to take that kind of personally.
Well, I hope he did. I hope they all take it personally. But I mean, I've been in String's ear, not just after spring, but again, I want to be clear before any of you print anything. When I do that, it is because the expectation should be more, because you're gifted. And I mean, what kind of father or coach would I be to not challenge you on issues or on things that would keep you from being your best? And it's not in a demeaning way ever. It's in, look, I want you to achieve everything that you can, and I think there's more. And here's why I think you're not there. And I want to help you get there, but I'm not quite made the way if I see one of my children or one of these players stepping out of line and something that will help them be their best, I'm not made to really turn my head. That's just kind of not who I am.
What have you seen in your quarterbacks in 5 practices?
Some really good things and some inconsistent things, which is kind of what I expected. It's kind of the same as in spring. If you put on a certain day on a certain drill, you'd feel better about one than you do the others, and then the next drill you kind of feel the same. So we'll have to look at it in the totality of things. And one of the big things will be when we do put the ball down and say, all right, this is no script, this is 1st and 10, let's move our football team, and we'll have 3 or 4 of those coming up soon that will be good indicators.